Good morning. This is Crystal with Whole New Perspective. Did you know that floods are one of the leading causes of disasters in the U.S.? And did you know that hurricanes dump more than 2.4 trillion gallons of water every day? So what I want to do today is to show you how to prepare in advance. But before I do that, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. So one of the things that you want to do is to know your zone. Are you in a flood zone? Are you in a hurricane evacuation route? Make sure you know that. Then you want to make sure that you prepare a kit. A bug out kit, a go bag, a 72-hour bag. They're all the same things. And this is mine. Make sure that you have one. I won't go through the contents of the bag right now because I do have a video that shows that, and I'll put that video down in the description. So you want to make sure that you do have this bag in case you have to leave suddenly. I tell you, I have a friend that lives in Houston, and he was telling me that several years ago when they had a massive flood, he had a knock on the door, and it was someone coming up to his home in a boat to rescue him and his wife. Now, they did not know that it was going to flood, so they weren't prepared. And so they had to leave and go to a shelter, and they didn't have anything because they were not prepared. So make sure that you have a go bag. Whether or not you feel you need one, just err on the side of safety. And in saying that, I also keep a list of what I would need on my refrigerator. This is magnetic and this hangs on my refrigerator. So if that were to happen to us, all of us, we know what we need to grab. We can get it and be out of here in 5 minutes. And that's the key, to make sure that you can grab it and be out of the house. Now, what if you need to stay home? What do you need then? Make sure you have the things that you need if you're going to stay home. You may need a first aid kit. This is a first aid kit, and I also have other first aid kits. This is one. Make sure you have a way to cook. What if your power goes out? You may need, this is a solar generator. We also have a gas generator as well, but we purchased this several years ago because this is something that I can carry. I could not carry or move the gas generator, but if we had to leave, we also could bring our solar generator with us, and it does have solar panels. If you don't have electricity, make sure you do have an alternative way to light your house. Now, even if you have electricity or a way to power your home, you still may want to utilize some of these lamps and lanterns so that you can use your generator on other things. Have a way to cook. Make sure you have enough water. Make sure you have a way to purify water. You also want to make sure that you have fire extinguisher on hand. And what's very important is that you have a weather radio, because you want to make sure that you know what's happening. And this is actually a solar radio as well as hand crank. You want to make sure you have some type of communication, especially if you're having to leave your home. You want to make sure you're able to communicate with one another, just in case you were to separate. And this is a ham radio so that you can listen as well. And you want to make sure that you have some sort of security. Then you want to make sure that you have all of your personal information. You have backups, copies, and you have it. I have different things of ours in this book. It's a home book. Yes, it is paper copies, but I also have it on this external hard drive as well as in the cloud. So you want to make sure you have backups to your backups. Those things are just very important. The biggest thing you can do is be prepared. Make a plan. Make sure that if you have all of these things, you know how to use them. The worst thing that would happen is if you thought you had a cooking source and then you realize you don't have the oil or the butane to cook with. Or you have this solar generator, but you don't know how to use it. One of the other things that you need to do in advance is check your insurance. It's too late to change your insurance once the storm is on the way. Insurance companies just won't allow that to happen. So check that now. And if you don't have it and you need it, make sure that you get it. Several years ago when Hurricane Florence came through, we were without power for 5 to 6 days. And we don't live on the coast. As a matter of fact, my development, we were one of the last groups in our town to get power restored. My family members on the coast had power before we did. Now the good thing about it was that we did have the big gas generator, and all the stores, the gas stations, they all had gas, so we didn't have any issues with getting gas. So guys, I have videos on all of these types of preparedness. I have the 72-hour bag, I have electricity, I have water, I have cooking, and I'm going to put those links below in the description. So please check those out for more in-depth information on how to be prepared. And I just want you, and I encourage you to get your plan now. Now is the time. Thank you so much for coming along with me as we talk about hurricane preparedness, which is June 1st through November 30th. Please get prepared.